Bramley have produced the ProBender 35T primarily in response to requests from distributors that know about their 100 years of engineering expertise in machine tool building, to come up with a unit which primarily by its name was produced to do bending, but really what we've got here in essence is a gutsy hydraulic power pack. 35T, 35-ton rating, but in fact it's got a 50-ton unit inside it, but in normal Bramley way, you don't push something to the maximum, you make really sure that it'll perform to what it'll do. The basic unit, as supplied, comes standard with a flat bar bending attachment. It's operated by turning it on and simply moving this handle to send the ram out. Move it back to retract it. It does have a length stop here. This basic bending is one of the attachments, but really what this can lend to is a whole range of attachments, which I'll go through one after the other during the video. But it's also limitless what we can develop on into the future for further attachments. So showing you first of all the simple bending operation on this. You have a pin here, good solid gutsy thing that it bends around, which is removable for the other attachments and operations, and a big bending block at this side. So all we want to do some bending is to bring one block out against the other. And retracting. Simple, decent, easy bend, and look, it's fairly gutsy material, you wouldn't do that by hand. If we want to bend flat bar of bigger sizes, thicker, higher, a lot more, a little bit hard with that block, we interchange the block, and you can see how easy it is to change the tooling, it just slots in. And we move to the optional large feed bending block. Drop it in, and same operation. How's that for a bend on large size stuff? Effortless, easy. In this case we've got the pipe and tube notcher set up on the machine. What the idea is that we're wanting, if you're fabricating some pipe or tube and you want to get the horizontal piece up against the vertical piece and to weld around there, you need to notch a little piece out of each side there. For operation, very simple, up in here in the mechanism, turn the machine on, place the pipe in, and wind back, we've done one side, just line up my eye to the opposite side. And we've got the notch product here. Different punches and dies that go into the mechanism according to either the nominal bore pipe size you're using or the thin wall tube size that you're doing, up to say 2-inch capacities. In this case we've got fitted the pipe bender attachment. We're utilising the long years of experience of Bramley's making pipe benders in a very similar frame size situation. One of the prime differences is, and you'll see when I do a bend, that The frame is the part that moves and the former is stationary. The reason for that is that the pipe gets bent away from the operator. We're utilising the same formers, elliptical shape, lightweight aluminium alloy formers as used in the Bramley manual and electric hydraulic pipe benders. You can see my video on those to get more detail on the high features that Bramleys have got in those type of components. Operation, simple again. Put the appropriate size former on this spigot here. Put your bobbins and pins in the appropriately marked holes. And then turning the machine on. Put the pipe through. And move the ram forward. Do not go past 90 degrees here, you will damage the former. It's a 90-degree bend application. And then retract the ram. Remove your bent pipe. Easy and effortless. Much easier than the pumping on a manual pipe bender. Good quality of bend. This application, we've got the attachment fitted that does rebar bending and also can straighten bars of material. This mandrel it bends around, you'll notice different radiuses for different applications of bend. The roll is here, position accordingly, equal either side to the tightness of radius that you want to achieve. In operation, turn the machine on, move the ram out, ensure that the bar is in the recesses on the rollers, and bend. Decent sized rebar that it's bending with absolutely effortless ease. For the straightening operation, you've got a bit of flat bar or similar that's got a bit of a bend in it. You can put it in here and joggle it along to just inch it along to straighten your material again. So that's the bar bending attachment, the round bar bending attachment. This application is for thin wall tube bending, up to 1.1 inch round tubing, 1 inch square tubing. We utilise the formers off the Bramley manual tube bender for it, so same capacities as that. The principle of bending is slightly different. We put our tube in there and these follow rollers are pushed around the outside by these rollers attached to the ram. In operation, slide your tube through, adjust up the follower block, turn the machine on and push the ram out. With the advantage on this unit that we can bend to 180 degrees. And a resultant smooth, easy bend without any crinkling or flattening. And you can see here the resultant bend I got on the thin wall tube bending. No crinkling of the tube on the inside, no flattening on the outside, nice smooth even bend, and you can bend to 180 degrees. Okay, finally I want to give you a sneak preview of a prototype attachment. where Bramley are developing a bender to do the larger diameter thin wall tubing, which is harder to do. You normally get crinkling on the inside, collapse on the outside, flattening. So the harder sizes, like up to 2-inch OD thin wall tubing, is what they're developing at the moment. The operation of this one, slide your tubing through and clamp up this side tight. Then in the same way as we did with all the others, turn the machine on and send the ram out. This will be capable of doing up to 180-degree bend on the larger sizes of thin wall tubing, above the 1-inch that the other one can do, up to 2-inch. As I said, it's in prototype stage. You can see it's almost there. The whole idea is that, to summarise the exercise, Bramley have made a gutsy hydraulic power pack which can do a multitude of things, primarily based around bending, but where's it going to go from here? You've seen notching. We will be working on some cropping things that could do punching, could be used as a press. All these ideas are under development, and we also seek feedback from any end users for something that they think that it could be applied to, and Bramley's can develop something accordingly. The main thing is a really good, gutsy, solid machine tool manufactured in New Zealand by Bramley engineers and machine tool builders that were established in 1921 by Richard Randolph Bramley, been around 100 years. They work.